greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consider doing things with a reason, doing things with a plan. How did I title today's stream topic? Sorry, it's been a distracted morning a little bit. Yeah, doing things with a plan. That is today's stream topic. Yesterday was a fun Valentine's Day. Me and Joe spent some time together. We baked some cookies. She made some brie wrapped in phyllo dough, put some nice things on it, some nuts, some berries. We had a charcuterie board, did some snack foods. We took then one of the phyllo dough brie that she had made to her parents, and also a whole little package of cookies that we made. Made some of my mom's cookies and got to share. Let me see if I can find you a photo of what our little packages looked like. Yeah. Here we go. I'll show you what the cookies look like. Brevin Munjensen. Hey Dan, how you doing? How's life treating you, bro? Are you doing things with a plan? I made those oatmeal cookies, and they are the bee's knees. And then we wrapped it like this. Joe did most of the wrapping. I basically just put a sticker on it. Yeah, made some cookies for her mom and for Kelsey, her best friend. It was super wholesome to be able to do that for them. And we didn't share, technically, our plans, our conspiring to do nice things. But after it was done, we head through and did some of that. We also went to the lakeside, got to stare over it a little bit, got to see how frozen it still is. That thing is still, I don't know if it's frozen solid, but I do think the first couple of inches are just like solid ice. It was cool to see rocks floating out there on the water. Doing things with a plan. What do you have to share with us about plans? Damn, those look good. Are those for the birds? I mean, not exactly. Not exactly, Sam. Unless we're the birds, then yes, they are for the birds. I don't think the birds are allowed to eat them. They have a little bit too much butter and I think sugar in them. I think the rest is okay. The oats is okay. I don't know if flour. There's a little bit of flour in there. There's some syrup, some syrups in there too. Dog, the plan fractal is a weird one for me. Synchronous. You want to tell us about the plans that you've been making, Dan? What have you been planning? What plans have you been making? Let me know. I think plans do have that thing about them where they have a certain amount of draw on us, right? They can affect us. They can change our lives. They can change the lives of others. I think that's the biggest thing that I've noticed at the very least is that something just fell, but I don't know what it is. Is it this thing? I don't know what that is. You heard it too, right? Well, I didn't hear anything crash and break, so I think that's fine. We got Noodler, squeeze himself up to me. He's like, yes, this is the ideal spot to lay. Right next to Melt. Melt is not hot already. Totally not. Totally not already hot. Oh, he stinks. Isn't it? I start watering. He gets good food, and he eats a carrot every now and then. I don't think he has any excuses. Stop trying to lick me out. He's trying to lick me. I'm trying to give you belly scratches, and you're trying to lick me about it. Joker voice. It's all a part of the plan. Ah, you see, it's all a part of the plan. I tried. It's the plan I haven't been making, dude. I'm typically a planner, but I am having to learn patience. Hola. Happy. That's funny, Kyle. I haven't really thought about iCarly in a long time. And you suggesting that that's the best show ever. Are you laying on my coffee bottle right now? Is that what's happening? Oh, that's what fell, isn't it? Yeah, that is what fell. My coffee bottle fell through the seat. Find a seat, Kyle. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, here we have all kinds of conversations. And today's conversation is about plans. Yes, every day, this is the plan. And I make sure to follow through with my plans. Like, it is one of the things that I appreciate being able to come back to. I like this. Thank you, Kyle. I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious right now. I feel like I might have jumped the gun and shared too much before you friends were properly here. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown again. It's just that it felt nice yesterday getting to make plans to be nice, right, to friends and family. Felt like something that I wish I have done more of in my life. I think living on the farm removed me from an immediate community to the point where I didn't really have the same ability to. Maybe that's a bad excuse, but I don't think I had the same ability to do very thoughtful things like, you know, baking part of a meal or baking some cookies and taking it to friend, right? Like the farm is about 20 miles away from the closest town, the closest people there would be to make friends with. And as a result, I feel like I definitely haven't been doing as much of it as I might have wanted to throughout my life. And I feel Joe definitely has been a beautiful influence in my life and doing things with mindfulness like that. Like I would have almost like put the cookies in a container and brought that, and she instead uh, had them wrapped in parchment paper, and then had that parchment paper tied up with strings, and then had that parchment paper surrounded in another kind of like decorative paper, and then that decorative paper was wrapped in another couple of string, and then I cut out some stickers and then put some of those cutout stickers on that little package as well. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna quickly turn the air conditioner a little bit lower so it doesn't kick on over and over again. Back again. It's probably gonna get cooler, but it should be quieter for the most part. You're potent is a good word. Did we miss some potent? Oh, the universe is stopping to teach us, Dan. Fuck, what a potent time in your life. Yeah, potency definitely does feel like a little bit of a theme. What a trip. Are we gonna talk about that instead? The potency of reality. I am getting goosebumps just thinking about it. You see that? You see those goosebumps? Oh my goodness, some more goosebumps. I'm hurting even thinking about it. So many goosebumps. What's up with the potency that's in the air right now? Don't trust that blanket. funny business under there. Poppy took your spot. I mean, he's chilling. He's still chilling on the blanket. Back home, our dogs have their own blankets, and they're not allowed to use ours. However, my mom also doesn't follow these rules, and the dogs get away with getting in the blankets with her. Potent dogs. Dude, the morning after Dino Nuggies the other day was potent. Me and Joe went on a little bit of a grocery haul for Valentine's Day, and she did point out the Dino Nuggets in the store. We were at Walmart. My first Walmart experience, and saw the Dino Nuggies. I don't think I've ever eaten a Dino Nuggie. Nope. All of my Nuggies has been. I've had star-shaped Nuggies. Technically, that counts, right? No, Melt. The shooting star is what killed the dinosaurs. Maybe. Maybe that's why I eat them. I like the dinosaurs, and I would rather eat shooting star. Yeah. Yeah. What is the rest of the plan for the day? I shared some of those photos with my family of the cookies that I had baked. My mom was proud to see that I know what I'm doing, was her words. And there was a whole fractal of that pretty much in that message. Like he was like, "Oh, nice cookies. Also, how regularly do you ride your wheel?" And it was kind of funny for me to see that, where it's like very very masculine thing to ask dad. Nice, right? Instead of like having any concern really with the cookies or what anybody thought about them, if they're good or not. He asked the one thing that he knows about. Where's your beautiful wife? She's in the other room. She's doing some busy things. You need you need to, man, get the Popeyes blackened ranch sauce. I'm telling you, that is the thing that you have been recommending. What does blackened ranch sauce mean? Do they just put black coloring in normal ranch? No? Do they burn some sort of ranch ingredient and then make ranch afterwards? Like I'm missing some context. You tell me what's happening there. But I am not a ranch eater, unfortunately. Smoked paprika. Ah, it's ranch with some other Creole spices added in, like smoked paprika. The big thing with ranch, beloved Dan, is the fact that they make them with vegetable oils. Lots and lots of vegetable oils. The one ranch that I have had in hand and inspected the ingredient list with, I think had something like 50% vegetable oils. And I know it's not the same thing, but if I had to stick blend like a bunch of sunflower oil or soybean oil with water, 50% water, and then put that over my food, that would also probably not sit right with me. And I know it's not the same thing. I know, but it's one of those things that I plan to do less of. Mel, you're an American consumer now. That's enough about oils and health and whatnot. I intend on staying healthy. I intend on staying just as young for the next 40 years. I'm gonna look exactly like this. Yes. Yes, beautifully young and plump skinned, not eating excessive amounts of vegetable oils. I'm getting a little bit hot down there. If it tastes good, I'ma eat it. Lane, it's nice having you here, bro. Yeah, I'm a little bit like that, right? Like if it tastes good, I won't spit it out, but I won't eat it necessarily, right? It's like a volume thing. It's like I think all of us can handle a little bit of stuff that's not good for our bodies. However, doing it day after day is where I think the wheels start coming off a little bit, where your body doesn't have the time to repair, doesn't have the time to keep up, doesn't have the time to process properly. And our bodies are very capable. This I understand. This I have grown to learn as I experiment, let's call it. All right. All of us are walking, living experiments, making decisions and seeing how these decisions affect our realities. Darren says, hello, everyone. Hey, Darren. It's nice having you. Sam says, Lane, you are welcome at my house anytime. Did you notice, Lane, how she did not tell me I'm welcome at her house anytime? Yep, those ranch comments is what did it. Those ranch comments is gonna put me in the doghouse for a while. Yeah, for real. I haven't been trying to eat more healthy. I have been trying to eat more healthy. It's difficult to keep up with everything. I think that's the problem. Bracha Kruger. Stop. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's like very clever. Sure, it's very clever. Yeah. No, it definitely has been one of those experiences. Food is one of those things that's hard to control, right? Especially so because, and I believe this is the way it very much is in America. Is so much of the culture revolves around food. So much of the activities that people go out of their homes to do is food. So much of the things that will be done when people are in the same space will be eating, right? And as a result, it's very hard for you to control what it is you're eating because now you're in this space and there is this thing to eat and it tastes good, all right? And maybe it's already served in a bowl. So it's not like you can look at the ingredient list on the back and make a decision on whether or not it is going to be good for you. You can but taste with your tongue if it is something that you want to continue eating. And I feel like, especially you being on the road right now, I think you're back home for a second, right, Lane? But being on the road, I can imagine it's even harder, right? Where now suddenly you're eating when the opportunity arises, and there's even less control for you to say, this is what I want to be eating or not. And if you're going to order food that is metabolically healthy, it might also be prohibitively be expensive, right? Especially the places that you're in. How much will it be for chicken breasts and sweet potato, right? At a restaurant, maybe $25 or something. Probably not. Let's say $15. At home, you can make 2 meals with that same amount of money potentially. Mm, I could never let ranch go through. It goes right through. You don't worry, bro. The ranch will make it for real. Love is true. Cheeseburgers are healthy. Carbs, protein, and some fat. Just eat some spinach too and go for a run. Again, I don't think we're demonizing food necessarily today. As much as we're talking about making a plan, right? That's what we're talking about today. Is that a plan needs to be made, and sometimes that plan looks as simple as OMAD, right? Only one meal a day, where you mindfully start cooking for yourself, one big whole foods meal a day, and then as a result, you end up feeling healthier slowly but surely because you are eating healthy food, right? That could be it. Or maybe you only eat things that are single ingredients, right? Eat things that are ingredients. Don't eat things with ingredients. That could be a plan you can make. Hmm. There can be an intention set, a plan. can be made to not eat at restaurants as much anymore and to instead start cooking for yourself. Even if the food you're cooking for yourself isn't the best stuff ever, that will already be a plan, a step in a direction. I'm not saying it's the right direction. Who am I to say? I don't know anything. But it's one in a direction. You're gonna be making progress somehow. Maybe you'll get better at cooking. Maybe you'll get better at picking ingredients. Maybe you'll get better at learning how much it is you actually need to eat in a day. Maybe, just maybe, you'll get superpowers. Learn how to fly. Save the world. Catch a plane out of the sky. Save a kid that's about to be hit by a train. No? Maybe. You don't know. How about you start taking good care of yourself and see? Could be. Could be. You don't know. We might not know. Right? Maybe that's what we all need. Maybe we need you to finally become a superhero so that our world can be saved. And all it takes is you starting to do yoga and eat good food. Could it be that easy? Could it? Probably not. But maybe. I'll continue reading comments. Did you notice that she didn't say I'm welcome at her home? Because I feel like it's better if I issue you permission on a case-by-case basis. Melt, I'm cooking this. You want to come over? Or Melt, I'm cooking this. Me says something about it. You're like, okay, how about you don't come over? I'm cooking this. That sounds amazing. Yeah, come over. All right. This is the time to come over. Oh, yeah. On the road, it's just the cheapest fast food we can find. Yep. And gas station snacks. Yeah. Can't imagine that's all doom and gloom, right? I can imagine there's some fun, some novelty in that as well, Lane. But, you know, bro. You know. Right, Lane? I'm not driving. I'm not giving up ranch. I'm planning on making a cheeseburger and putting ranch on it. Dan, did you see that ranch ice cream that came out a few years ago? There you go. Now Lane is no Lane. Now Dan is gonna say something like, that ranch ice cream is bad because it's not Popeye's blackened ranch ice cream, or something like that. So you're gonna say that? I'm just poking fun, bro. Also, I'm home for a while now. I have an audition for a symphony this Friday, a musical in 2 weeks, and then another audition. You be excited for it, Lane? A symphony on Friday. You're gonna play bass guitar? Or are you playing your... Do you play cello? Do you play cello? Tell us what you're playing. Kate is here. Hey, Kate. Good morning, friend. No, that's not right, Sam. I don't want garlic in my ice cream. Oh, you're talking about the ranch. I thought, with a nice grilled cheese. Hot take, I would never, of course, because I don't eat ranch. However, if you were a ranch eater, doing ranch ice cream, and then instead of doing cheese grilled sandwich, you do a waffle, like big old waffle, and then you cover it in cheese, and then you toast that cheese onto the waffle, and then you put a dollop of ranch ice cream on it. Sounds disgusting, but at least it would be a plan. Yes, it would be a plan, bringing all those ingredients together. I play double bass, the orchestral equivalent to bass guitar, bigger than the cello, cooler than the cello. It's like cello in Ghana. People try and pluck cello strings to try and sound the way I do all the time. Right, Lynn? Is that right? No. We're getting into deep dish casserole territory. I enjoy foods, but I'm not some kind of ranch ice cream deep dish abomination eating savage. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? We can be savages. There's no judgment here. You can tell us. You can tell us. Tells us. Everybody start making fun of him. Ranch ice cream plus waffles with cheese crust. The cheesy crust waffle needs a breakfast sando to get wrapped around. You're gonna wrap a waffle in bread? Why? Why are you like this? Why are we talking about food so much? That wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan. How did we get here? I talked about the cookies we made yesterday, and then we talked about eating good and getting superpower, and now we're lost. I'm trying to get a job in an orchestra, build a resume, and hopefully land a spot in a full-time orchestra so I can quit my job and leave the city I live in. You have auditioned before, right? I'm pretty sure. Didn't you? Didn't you play in the orchestra a little bit? So you have at least some of that proof on your CV already, right? I can imagine. But that is super cool. I like that plan. Since that is what we're talking about, Lane, I do like that plan. When I delete comments, I also make a Wild Wild West pew sound. You know, like the bullet ricochet sound that boing, pew. Just like boing. Okay, wait, Sam. That actually sounds kind of cool. Did it happen? Dan is buying himself ranch ice cream right now. Nay, put the scrambled eggs in the skillet, then put waffle on top, then flip, toast waffle, close egg, and top with second waffle. Ah, neat. I'm gonna disengage a little bit. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I had to like regather myself with all of this food talk that's happening. I was like, what am I talking about again? Oh yeah, plan. My plan for this stream is to convince you without a shadow of a doubt that you are a part of the plan. Despite how easy it is to feel with the intensity of this realm, you are a part of the plan. You might not be a part of the larger plan, right? I'm not too theological of a person myself. However, you do have a lot of plan as a part of your life, right? Whether you were planned by your parents or not, whether they planned to raise you to adulthood or not, right? Still, somehow, some way, plans became manifest, and as a result, so did you. And I don't think that ceases to be true at any point. And that's the thing that I need to remind myself of all the time sometimes, because it's so easy to feel this sense of hopelessness, this sense of dismay, this sense of powerlessness in the face of the problems we as a collective species continue to struggle against, right? And it does feel like sometimes, at least to me, there is no plan. What the fuck are we doing? I ask myself. Why are we doing this? Why can't we do things the way we know that they would be beneficial to the collective, right? Do we need to have people starving of hunger and other people dying of obesity? That seems a little bit unplanned in the grand scheme of things. Imagine that as a plan. Yes, some people on this planet gonna die of not having food. Some people gonna die of having too much food. Same planet. It's like, oh, whose plan was that? Was it a plan? Probably not. Let's be honest. I think sometimes we give too much credit to those that we might consider evil. I don't think that this world is an evil place. I don't. I just think it's very unplanned. Yes, that's actually what I think is happening. I think there's a lack of a plan. There's a lack of a cohesive plan that our entire species can get upon, agree upon, and then execute upon. That seems to be, in my personal opinion, uneducated as I am, sitting on couch, drinking coffee somewhere on planet Earth, think we need better plans. I'm not the best plan maker. However, I'm a pretty good plan executor. Right? I When I make a plan, I do try and make sure that it becomes done. Right? Yesterday's plan of making cookies took me way longer than I'd like to admit. It is true, but it was still fun executing on that plan and getting to the other side of it, getting to literally taste the sweetness of my victory. All right, those cookies are good. I will fight anybody in chat right now. Fist fight you for those cookies. Why? Why do you want to fist fight? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make a point. I'm trying to stress how much I like those cookies. If you ever interested in knowing about the audition music, I've been posting videos on my Instagram of audition repertoire. I will probably need to download Instagram on this device again. I think I have Instagram on one of my devices, but I don't do social media anymore. The only social media app on this device I was going to say is YouTube, but I think Facebook counts as a social media app as well. And the only reason I have Facebook is because I use it as a Facebook marketplace. I use Facebook. I'll be like, you got good deals? Other than that, yeah, my brain my brain is a sponge, and I don't want to soak up necessarily all that's going on Instagram at all times. However, because I have such a limited follow space on my actual MeltMore account, I do end up seeing the stuff that you post, like you post and Melita posts a little bit more clearly. Yeah, that's the sound, Melt. Oh, you're in here. You know the. Are you Latino? No, but I'd like to be. Like to be. I think a part of me, because I grew up in South Africa with, in so many words, Afrikaans culture, I have felt a real sense of distance from my culture and the world that I grew up in a way where I felt very separate, right? I don't know if I would necessarily have been feeling less separate if I was a Latino. Maybe I would feel just as alien in that space as well. But they do have a certain quality of life that I don't like the word, but that I envy. Where I'm like, looks very looks very quaint, looks very soulful. That's the thing. I don't know if the cultural experience that I've had growing up was very soulful. Was very predictable. Was very commercial. But never massive amounts of soul in those experiences, unfortunately. Was one of those things where it feels like I'm the one that's missing the point. You know, that a plan is made. Plan is we're gonna come together and then we're gonna buy a bunch of bottles of liquor. And then we're going to at some point put cups on a table. And then we're gonna fill those cups with more alcohol. And then we're going to play games. And then if I throw the ball in your cup, you drink alcohol. And if you throw the ball, I drink alcohol. And then we're gonna keep doing that until one of us have drank all the alcohol on each other's side. All right. And I was there for it, for so much of it, where I was like, okay, all right, I can I can hit ball, and then I could feel the excitement, the celebrating of getting ball and cup. And then I saw that 500 more times. The first time I played beer pong, and this is not something to emulate or be proud of. I think I was 15, and even then I felt this sense of, are we having fun? Is this fun? Is this having fun right now? Seems like we're just trying to find excuses to drink more alcohol. And then we got done, essentially. All right. And then if plans are made again, like we're gonna come together, and then the plan is we're gonna buy a bunch of alcohol. and we're gonna bring it to the place, and then we're gonna drink it until we feel good enough, and then we're gonna put cups. Oh, even at my brother's bachelor's, I didn't play a game, but I would be admissed and lying even if I didn't say I wasn't entertained. I didn't drink a single drop at my brother's bachelor's, and being in that state while watching the others, I felt like I was in the zoo in a good way, right? I felt like I was in the middle of the zoo amongst the amongst the thirsty ones. And it did give me this whole sense of, again, almost like an understanding. Like I do get that that is something to do, and I feel maybe that's almost like the point that I'm trying to like slowly extract out of myself, is that we need plans. I think that's one of those things that is a very executable plan. It's very executable to tell your homie, you go buy a bottle of liquor, and then after you do that, you come this place. And then the plan is for us to drink the thing that you brought. Right? Very, very clear plans. And then you get to have an experience executing upon those clear plans. Right? And I understand that some people need that. Never mind even appreciate it. Like they need that certainty in their lives about what it is that they're going to get. I find that I definitely have a little bit of a relationship with the moment where it is infinitely fractaling in front of me at all times. The possibilities of what this moment holds and what this night might bring, right? The experiences that might be had, the conversations that might be shared, has this quality of quantumness to it. And I've noticed, I definitely have noticed that there is the ability to collapse quantum states, all right, into only a few. Like it's possible to limit, all right, the expression of what is going to happen instead of it being a little bit more frayed. Going down a whole rabbit hole still. I'm like really digging in myself. Making a plan. The plan that I made being in that experience is not one that was necessarily accepted or appreciated by my society, the immediate community that I was in. But I took great pride in showing in the way that I live my life that you can make different plans and you can still be just as happy. You can still be just as present and cognizant and a good conversationalist. And you don't need to do things the way the plan said you were supposed to. Maybe there's something to be said about that too, right? What plan are you following, if any? If you're not following your own plan, whose plan are you following? If you're following someone else's plan, do you trust them? Do you believe that they have your best wishes at heart? Do you think that they'll care what happens at the end of the day? All right? Do they want to extract wealth from you? Do they want to extract your time? Do they want to extract the status that you will bring being with them? All right? Plans are plans are powerful. They will shape your reality. Make ones of mindfulness. You look like you feel Latino. That's awesome. Yes. Are you using your eyeballs to look or some other body parts here for it? Oh, Sam with the good ones. Those cookies look could use some black and ranch. Oh, you need to stop. Oh, you need to stop right now. You guys, I tried my new olive oil soap for the first time last night, and holy shit, my skin has never felt so soft from just soap before. I'm so happy to hear this. That sounds super wholesome, Sam. Me and Joe also do use bar soap. I don't know if the soap I used yesterday was olive oil soap, but we did put some coconut oil on our skin as well, and that was a nice touch. I'm feeling a little bit moisturized. Darren says, I went to San Diego Zoo and the only place that seemed chaotic was the food court. Bring a sandwich for me next time. Yeah, how about that, Darren? I do like Darren is riffing with me. Darren is like, yeah, I've been to the actual zoo, and the most zoo-like place was where the people were. Right? That is what you're saying, right, Darren? Am I misinterpreting? That is funny. I have definitely noticed the same. There is a certain quality to the human being. It's something that I've been a little bit more aware of since coming into this home as well, right? There is Noodler, of course, and then there is Zoburb. And both of these animals are vocal animals, right? If Noodle doesn't see me in the space with him, like literally if I'm on the toilet for 10 minutes, right, he'll start screaming about it. He'll like be literally in this room hollering his little face off like, oh, no, 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 oh, oh. Like literally like, he's falling off a cliff kind of level of panic in his voice. And then there is Zoe as well. And Zoe, you hear him every now and then. He's not like loud all the time, thank goodness. But sometimes it's loud. And then of course Noodler has tippy tappies, where as he's moving around the space, his nails are making clicking sounds on the floor. And it can be a little bit distracting. Can be something that is not necessarily appreciated even, right? And then I think to myself, how loud, how loud we as human beings are, right? That I will sometimes wash dishes and there will be clinking of plates and mugs as I put them away, clinking of knives and forks as I stack them up, moving my footsteps on the floor as well, opening and closing doors, making shutting sounds, using electric powered devices, be it speakers, be it hair dryers, be it vehicles, using using our voice to sing, using our voice to scream, using our voice to talk with one another. We human beings are very loud, very, very loud indeed. And it does make me appreciate and maybe even find some solace and comfort within being okay with the animals, right? Seeing myself a little bit as one as well. Not necessarily an animal, but at the very least capable of relating to them. You know, it's been a part of my plan to try and be as gentle with my attachment to reality as I can be. Be aware of where I am and make a plan for going forward. I do think we might do a little bit of a shorter stream. My comment stuck? Might be. Let me see. I'm gonna go get my cards. It is a rainy day out there, so it looks pretty gloomy. We'll see if I go and try and ride out there in that weather today. I'm trusting that this thing is still alive. You're still alive, right? Give me thumbs ups. I'm not seeing enough movement. Why am I not seeing enough movement? I'm not seeing enough movement. All right. Let me pull some cards. It is time. Let's see who's gonna tell me stop. I'm still a little bit unconvinced that the comments are working right now, so I might just stop myself at some point if nobody else wants to. Looking for stops. Looking for stops. Stop? Okay. Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Thank you, Sam. Thank you for sending me a stop as well. Imrama is the card we pulled. I stepped away to Smoky Smoky. And we're ending the stream. Yeah, well, it seems like we have shared all the things we planned to. You know, sometimes we do a shorter stream. Do have a lot of work left to do, so it's probably what I'm going to be busy with for a second. Rama. I think it's one of the final cards as well. No, it's not actually. Yep, there we go. Final-ish. The Celtic word. Nay, you have not shared with me a time when we can set up a call. You want to call me today, Sam? We can call today. You open? You open all day? Let me know. The Celtic word imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or you are already on one. It could be to a physically ancient place, or it could be metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it's a journey to the world's sacred sites, or you're called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on a desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage is impossible, journey through the portal. I literally shared the reading of this card with Joe's mom yesterday. If a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you're being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. Hold this card in your heart and say, may seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that my soul knows from times past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served, and remember that I don't have to do it all alone. And remember that I don't have to do it all alone. What a card. Today, maybe. Could be fun. Love is true. Imrama. A Celtic word that means a journey of the soul. Thank you, friends, for being on this Imrama with me. It is a pleasure sharing in this life and in this space, for making you a part of my plans every single day. I'll see you, friends, again very soon. Tomorrow again. Thank you for sharing the space. Until we do it again tomorrow, okay? Love you, friends. Goodbye, everybody.